the wing. Now you're going to have a lot of questions about this wing. Remember that piece of wood that man gave me, 14 feet long? That's why I got 14 wings. I just took what he had, and that's how long my spars were. So he ended up with a wing that's 2 feet shorter than the standard wing. But the airfoil is called a Riblett, Harry Riblett, designed for me back in 1991. It's called a 612. I think it's IO 612. And the reason why I got that design is because I was complaining because my Pietenpol with that Warner engine flew slower than that Hatch you see it out here with the Warner 145, which I flew a lot of the hours off. And that thing at 1750 would go close to 100 miles an hour. I had to push this thing to the wall to get 100 miles an hour with the airfoil, the Pietenpol. So what I ended up doing, he sending all the information, and I have all sorts of charts, pictures like this. I put the airfoil that he's recommending that should be on a Pietenpol. Now, I'm also the guinea pig for him too, because he's never had a Pietenpol with a wing like this on. And below it, I said to send him all the offsets. He runs everything through his computer. He's a whiz. He's like this guy who builds airfoil for Lieutenant. And he's had many rips for sale, like in all the aircraft catalogs. And he's a brilliant, brilliant man. At least he impressed me that he was brilliant. But you could go through all the stuff that he sent me, which is page after page after page of data. And I finally said, well, Mr. Riblett, why don't that Pietenpol go over 100 miles an hour? He said, well, he goes straight down. Then you're going to get a fire around the ailerons, and he also showed me how to design the ailerons would be called. Very generous man. He also designed the second airfoil. That's called a 613.5. It's a higher lift airfoil. It's probably about another 1.5 inches thicker. The 612 is 5/8, about 5/8 thicker, and you can use the same airfoil, 612, and with the same design as Pietenpol. You use Pietenpol's drawings, and just put a little block, put a little T88 on it, and stick it in there, and you got yourself a 612. I don't know how many of you saw me fly over yesterday, going toward the west at 42 miles an hour, hanging on the crowd. And then the next run was just a hair under 100 miles an hour. Same Pietenpol, same everything. One you just push forward on the throttle, and that's all it takes. And if you run about 1750, 1800, you can actually take your hands off everything and it'll fly on its own. It's a gorgeous airfoil. Extremely high roll rate. Those that are really adventurous, you can do a complete barrel roll in about 7 seconds, all the way around. I've done loops, split S's. The G factor gets up pretty high at the bottom of it, but if you go into a loop, it slows you down pretty fast. Now, that's the airfoil. And what I would suggest anybody, and I know a number of you are talking about the 612 airfoil, I would suggest you keep the wings the same length. And you could lift two 250-pound guys on a 90-degree day to any height you want to. Believe me, it has that lift. I can also hang it on the propeller with the stick in my lap. Full throttle, which is about 2250, with the pressure against the prop, and it can still go up. The stall characteristics are so gentle. I can be coming in, say for example, at an approach of 60 miles an hour, back the throttle down to idle. You keep bringing the stick back in your lap, and you actually could bring the whole airplane down with that stick in your lap at any altitude you want. I've done it at 3,000 feet, all the way down to about, say, 100 foot above the landing strip. And that's when the dandelions start getting pretty big pretty fast, so you get a little shot of throttle and you scoot in, you really can impress the people that are watching. Another point with that I'll make, I live in a town going north of Palmyra, about 44 miles east of here, where the airplane is located. What I did, Sullivan is exactly 9 miles to the north. I went to 3,000 feet over Sullivan, pulled the throttle back and never touched the throttle, and glided with that airfoil all the way and made a landing and never touched the throttle until I taxied. You all know if you're flown Pietenpols, wherever that wheel is, and you pull the throttle, that's where you're going to land. Get not closer. You can be like a rock. Now that's the difference. But if you look at the wing, I tried to even put a little undercarriage. Most people couldn't even tell it was not a Pietenpol. It was a Pietenpol, I was trying to screw something. But anyway, that's another great thing. And with longer wings, you'll be able to glide better. I would say you're really close to Piper Cub gliding. And it handles well. I can fly sideways with it quite well. So, you know, what I'm saying is coming in on a crab or anything where you've got to lose altitude, it works quite well. So that is another subject you guys may want to ask questions about. I think I built that short wing for $2,000. Because I got a good friend who sold me old one for the same price. Yes, sir.
Where's the center of gravity? What's the window on that?
Okay, now you're going to get in a lot of questions that I'm going to have to stretch my memory. I think Riblett, I'll give you a few bits of specs. We've got some real pertinent questions. I've got all the answers on sheets here. And I think about 29%. But I highly recommend something less than 1 degree angle of incident. I kept 2 degrees, which puts at about a 30-40 pound forward pressure when you get around 100 miles an hour. You really got to hold your nose down, or just climb right away. And I think the Pietenpol wing is called a 13%, which is 13-point-something% wing. And this one goes much thicker. Now, also, I've got vast experience with a 4412, which is like the Luscombe airfoil. That Pietenpol I had here 8, 10, 15 years ago. That had an 85 Continental, also clipped wing, and that I could do all sorts of aerobatics with that one. I don't aim to be bragging, but I'll tell you, anytime you want to get monkey off your back, try doing a barrel roll with Pietenpol. You better be heading downhill before you crank the roller. But anyway, these are some of the things that I think that you should ask questions about or want to know more about the injection system. And I know you're going to want to see a lot of the specs and stuff that I've got from the airflow performance with a little tattered book like that.